All right, let's talk about something we all want, a sharper mind. And it turns out the secret might just start with what's on your plate. Today, we're going to dive into how you can literally fuel your brain for peak performance.
You know that feeling, right? Like your brain is just running on empty? That awful brain fog where even simple tasks feel like climbing a mountain? Well, it turns out that low battery feeling might be exactly what's happening. Okay, get this. Your brain, which is only about 2% of your body weight, I mean, it's tiny, right? It consumes a whopping 20% of your daily energy. It is an absolute energy hog. So you can see why the quality of the fuel you give it is so incredibly important.
So, what exactly is the right kind of fuel? Well, we can actually break it all down into a really simple framework I like to call the mental toolkit. This shows you exactly what your brain is craving day in and day out. And you know what? Forget all those complicated diets. It really just boils down to three things. Your brain needs steady fuel to keep it running all day, smart building blocks to repair itself, and powerful protectors to defend against all the junk we encounter.
First up, steady fuel. Your brain runs on glucose, but the source is everything. Think of refined carbs like white bread as lighting a piece of paper on fire. You get a huge flash of flame, and then, poof, it's gone. That's your energy crash. Whole grains, on the other hand, are like a slow-burning log. They give you that steady, consistent energy that keeps you sharp for hours.
Next, let's talk about smart building blocks. Here's a wild fact. Your brain is almost 60% fat. So it's kind of obvious that it needs good, healthy fats like omega-3s to rebuild itself, right? And protein? Well, that provides the raw materials to create those little chemical messengers, the neurotransmitters like dopamine that literally control your focus and your mood. And finally, we've got the powerful protectors. Seriously, think of these as your brain's own personal security detail. The antioxidants you get from colorful foods are on the front lines, fighting off the daily wear and tear that leads to cognitive decline. So remember, those three things, fuel, build, and protect, that's the core of it all. Okay, so now that we have the framework down, let's start filling up that toolkit. What are the actual foods that are going to do the heavy lifting for us? First on our list has to be fatty fish. We're talking salmon, sardines, stuff like that. These guys are the absolute superstars when it comes to our smart building blocks. So what makes them so special? It all comes down to a specific omega-3 called DHA. And this isn't just good for you. DHA is a literal physical part of your brain cells. The more you have, the smoother and faster your brain's communication network becomes, which directly translates to better memory and quicker learning. Next up, berries. Blueberries, strawberries, you name it. These are our all-star powerful protectors. The really cool thing about the antioxidants in berries, these things called flavonoids, is that they're like special agents with a VIP pass. They can actually cross the blood-brain barrier. This means they get right into the most important areas for thinking and memory, like your cortex and hippocampus, and protect them from damage right at the source. And of course, we can't forget about leafy greens. Your spinach, your kale, these are another critical part of your greens defense team, another set of powerful protectors. And the science here is just wow. There was this big study on older adults, and what they found was that people who ate just 1 or 2 servings of leafy greens a day had brains that were functioning as if they were years younger. I mean, how simple is that? It's such an easy, high-impact habit to build. All right, last on our all-star list, nuts and seeds. I love these because they're like a 2-for-1 deal. They give you both smart building blocks and powerful protectors. Walnuts, in particular, are a real standout. They're loaded with antioxidants and those plant-based omega-3s, and all of this has been shown to really boost mental alertness and keep your brain healthy long-term. Okay, so we know what to put in the toolkit, but it's just as important to know what breaks the tools, right? Let's talk about the foods that sabotage your focus. Look, at every meal, you've got a choice. It's pretty clear, right? On one side, you have foods that give you steady, reliable energy. On the other, you've got stuff that sends your blood sugar on a wild roller coaster, leaving you in that classic afternoon brain fog. And it's the exact same story with what you drink. Your brain is mostly water. Even being a little dehydrated can seriously mess with your concentration and memory. Knowing all of this is one thing, but actually doing it is another. So let's break it down into a super simple 3-step action plan you can literally start today. This is not about flipping your entire diet upside down overnight. That never works. It's about making small, smart changes that stick.
So just start with one swap. Instead of that sugary snack, grab a handful of nuts. Then focus on hydration. Just drink more water. And finally, start your day right. Get some protein at breakfast to power up those neurotransmitters that keep you alert. Just these 3 little habits can make a world of difference. This really just says it all, doesn't it? It's not about perfection, it's about being intentional. Think of it like this. Being consistent with these whole foods is how you lay the foundation for a stronger, more focused, and just more vibrant mind. So, I'm going to leave you with a question to chew on. What's the one simple choice you're going to make this week to start building a better brain? Because remember, the fuel you choose today really does become the focus you have tomorrow. Thanks for joining me.